These are banned things in the NBA, so that means you can't step in, walk near, or even pull out these items. You feel me? Or you will not be coming back and probably getting banned yourself from the NBA because there are actual players that were in the NBA that can no longer be in there because they are banned. So don't think you're safe. Just saying. Now let's get straight into it.
Illegal shoes, weird accessories, a celebration that almost killed somebody. These are the things the NBA banned. And I bet you didn't know that the Warriors only became one of the greatest teams ever because of a banned food. The Warriors were keeping it secret until everybody was talking about how they could break one of the craziest records in NBA history by winning 73 games in a season. But their strength and conditioning coach knew about the team's horrible diets, and he felt the only way the Warriors would have enough energy to win that many games was putting all junk food on the banned list.
Oh,
but when
shit.
they saw peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the list, they fought for the right and went to war to get them unbanned. Cause apparently, it was their secret weapon.
During a game at halftime, Steph was yelling back to the bench. He was like, I'm hungry, I'm starved. So he asked that I make him something, figured I'd put together a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for him, and that kind of is what started it.
And after they revealed their love for the food, they made NBA history.
The fact that they set a new all-time record of 73 regular season wins can never be taken away. But here's the thing, they were this close to it not happening. Not because of injuries or bad play, but because someone had the audacity to take away the Warriors' pregame peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
So even though the sandwiches were banned, they helped the Warriors become the greatest regular season
What,
team
bro?
of all time.
I know we
But
lying.
maybe they should double up on the PBJ, cause now they can't even beat LBJ. But even that ain't as crazy as the NBA banning a jersey for breaking people's TVs.
Oh, damn.
The Bucks came into a game ready to debut their new merch line.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I remember when Funny Mike did that shit. He bet so much money on the Warriors, and I think they lost to the Cavs that year, and I think 2016. Don't quote me on it. And just, I seen that video. Funny Mike went off. I thought it was a skip, but then someone was like, nah, bro, he bet mad money on that hoe. That's not funny, though, but, yeah.
Cream City. Now, I
Cream
don't know
City?
who came up with a name like
Who the
that,
fuck?
but once the Bucks put the jerseys on, they repped them proudly. And creaming their opponents wasn't what the NBA had issues with. Apparently, the Bucks jerseys were causing TV glitches, and the cream colors interfered with the technology used for on-court advertisements. So out of nowhere, the Bucks revamped their jerseys to a blue version.
I didn't even know that can happen. That's actually kind of cool, though. He's like a real life glitch without realizing it, but it's not his fault. It's the uniform that they gave it. But it's like, fuck, I guess the people that the advertising. I know when they saw that, they were like, oh, snap. We were going to hear about it from the big man. That's crazy, though.
And eventually, a Bucks employee announced that they weren't allowed to do cream-colored jerseys anymore. Neither could any team, because it was banned. But what if I told you the NBA also banned players from showing off their head game? From Jimmy Butler,
Butler with the steal!
to Drew Holiday,
That Drew. Nice.
Ooh.
and De'Aaron Fox.
Fox, goodbye.
Okay, that's
This
yeah.
new Nike accessory called the Ninja Style headband completely took over the league. I mean, even LeBron was hyped about a new way to hide his hairline. Until the NBA got scared players would tug the headbands from behind and cause injuries. So looking
What?
like my ninja was banned. But an accessory is one thing. There's banned celebrations that get players fined tens of thousands of dollars.
The shot.
Hold up. I remember when that was a thing, y'all. The headbands, because I'm not going to lie. I bought like 7 of them bitches. Every single different color. I had a headband, you name it. But at the same time, they got banned from the NBA because they thought people would tug on it. Grown-ass men playing basketball, y'all are that mad that you're about to injure a player by yanking the back of their head, y'all? Are we dead ass? Y'all get paid millions of dollars to literally fulfill your dream, and you're going to take someone else's dream by yanking the back of their head? Come on out. That's probably one of the dumbest reasons I ever heard why they got rid of something. Oh?
Fined tens of thousands of dollars.
The shot clock was becoming an issue in LeBron.
You know what's crazy? LeBron did that, and that picture was so fucking cold. I don't know if any of you guys saw that.
Middle finger salute is one of the fans. He'll get fined for that.
Oh?
Jimmy Butler, get it.
Nah, Jimmy Butler, that's a fire move. Kyrie Irving be hilarious. Man really stuck the middle finger. He don't give up. Man does not care. I'm team Kyrie all the way. That's one of my favorite players ever. And I've been saying that since I've been a little ass kid, bro. Kyrie is literally goated. He doesn't get enough coins or enough, like, praise, bro. That man is literally one of the best. I don't care what anybody says.
It's done.
To me, those celebrations were hilarious. But to the
Now, he killed that
NBA,
celebration, I'm not gonna
those
lie.
gestures were considered inappropriate, got players fined thousands of dollars.
That's crazy. You're literally on the ground, humping the air. You're a grown-ass man. Get your ass up. That is not cute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that celebration, this is like, why would you even want to do that to a grown-ass man?
Each, and were banned. So now you see
I
why
would ban that
players
shit too.
usually don't let their celebrations get out of pocket. But the NBA isn't the only one who bans things. LeBron James ruined all of his teammates' fun just because they lost him a championship. During the
Oh?
2015 NBA Finals, LeBron was doing the near impossible by carrying his team to just 2 wins away from the title. So LeBron was hoping his teammates could stay locked in, but instead, they rolled in?
Apparently, it's J.R. Smith. This is how you arrive for work, apparently.
That's crazy.
Who else but J.R. Smith, man? When he pulled up on his hoverboard, it was all fun and games, but it completely jinxed the series, or at least that's what LeBron thought, because the Cavs lost that night, the next 2 games after, and were forced to watch their opponents celebrate a championship on their home court. So
Oh,
LeBron was
that's
beyond
crazy.
pissed. And not only did he blame the hoverboards for the losses, he literally forced the Cavs to ban them. I already know LeBron got some hate for that one.
I'm so confused. How does a dude rolling up in a hoverboard make you lose the championship of the NBA, LeBron James? How petty can a grown-ass man be? Me got upset because man was having too much fun. Nah, okay. I guess I could see why you would be in the hoverboard because, like, you guys were winning and your teammate felt way too comfortable coming in the hoverboard when you were literally carrying the team on your shoulders. But at the same time, like, who gives a fuck that he came in a hoverboard? I didn't know that was a big ass deal. Oh?
But I bet you didn't know
Look
that
at his face.
the NBA bans anybody who hates on LeBron. People get pretty wild towards him.
Hey, Brian, you better get this together. Is that receipt airline?
And while some of those things
Oh?
are funny, one fan literally told LeBron she hoped his son got into a car accident and died, so he
Oh?
got rejected.
What is LeBron looking for?
Oh, somebody is. We got a fan that's got a little unruly, and LeBron is pointing it out to the officials. And what they're going to do is they're going to put them out.
Now, LeBron can do that, because there's
Wait, did she get her money back? Not to be that person. Like, what she said was crazy as shit and mad disrespectful. And I don't understand how a grown-ass woman... Let me not even start saying grown, because I guess it doesn't matter if you're grown in today's society. But it's the simple fact that you're an adult yourself, and I don't even know if that was her kid or, like, her niece or whatever. But if you do have kids, I'm just assume she does. What's it called? How could you literally wish that on another man's kid? Like, I don't get that. People that be having kids sometimes be saying the most wildest shit about someone else's kid, which to me doesn't make any sense because you have kids yourself. You wouldn't want that happening to your kid. So why would you wish that on someone else's kid? Like, she said, I hope your kid gets in a car crash and dies. What, bro? Over a fucking basketball game? You're wishing death on his kid, bro? That's crazy. That is crazy. Ain't nobody tell you to put all your money in that parlay. Should have thought that shit over.
There's been a secret rule ever since he made a decision that shocked the world.
What's your decision?
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
That announcement nearly sparked World War III. Fans rioting, burning his jerseys, and
What?
the NBA
I don't get
felt
it.
like this would follow LeBron into arenas. So they invented the no LeBron hate rule, where it states that verbal hate towards LeBron wearing anti-LeBron merch or even holding signs with LeBron hate will get fans ejected from the arena and banned. Now, obviously to this day, some hate slips through, but no matter what comes out of fans' mouths, it doesn't compare to what's banned from being in players' ears.
How the fuck did a hamburger come out of his mouth like that, y'all? Did nobody see that? What the fudge?
Music's always been a way that players get hyped up for games. Whether it's the Grizzlies holding a dance ritual or LeBron rapping his favorite lyrics.
Baby, won't you come my way?
Without music, players would not be on point, but the NBA didn't.
You know what's crazy? Is, bro, I 103% fucking agree with that. Yo, I'm glad the NBA even thinks that too. Because I feel like when you're in high school, in certain high schools, bro, my high school is mad stingy about playing music or like wearing headphones when you warm up. And I feel like when you're in the mojo or like when you're getting hyped or ready for a big game, I feel like it makes sense to put on headphones because it gasses you up. It adds the oomph.
Care. They felt that wearing earbuds was not proper attire on the court, and for a while, they stopped letting players wear them until NBA legend Vince Carter spoke out on this and said, "It's gonna hurt my routine. I like to listen to music when I'm working out. That was my chance to really kind of relax, yet focus in when I have music on." Regardless, though, in the NBA, all earbuds were banned. But nothing we've talked about so far is as wild as one of the NBA's biggest cover-ups. The time they banned a basketball for making players' hands bleed. During the 2006 season, NBA Commissioner David Stern heard about a new invention called the Spalding Synthetic. And these basketballs were being specifically designed for NBA players. They were rumored to include microfibers instead of leather for better grip, which would also cause moisture to evaporate quicker. And right out of the box, every ball was supposed to feel broken in to give all players an equal advantage. There seemed like no negatives, so Commissioner Stern forced all teams to make the transition.
Oh wow, not the force.
Months of his balls being played with, it became one of the biggest controversies in NBA history.
In June, the NBA unveiled their new game ball with futuristic material that is intended to improve grip. As the season begins tonight, it's become the hot topic as some players like Shaquille O'Neal have spoken out against it, saying it feels like one of those toy basketballs you buy at the department store.
I thought we would wait to the end of the season. I really thought definitely after this season it was going to be changed.
I'm sorry, why did Shaquille O'Neal say that? It's like the toy basketball from the department store. Why was that so specific? Like he just recently held that bit. No, that was funny.
I didn't know it would happen during the season, but I mean, I guess a lot of guys were complaining about it.
I guess there's something to it. I mean, that's the guys complaining about getting cut hands. I don't know. I mean, I used to get them when I was in high school. It was always just whenever like it got cold, it got dry out. That's all it was. But I guess it has something to do with the ball.
Now, it was bigger than just the Bulls.
They got cut to the
Superstars like Steve Nash and Dirk Nowitzki were complaining. The balls were even causing players to suffer hand injuries. So Mavericks owner Mark Cuban took it upon himself to prove the balls were messing up the game. And he literally paid a physics professor to study the ball, where they found shocking reasons why shots like these went in.
That's crazy.
It's all because the synthetic balls bounced 8% less than the old leather balls. Studies also showed that when the balls got wet, it was actually harder to grip and more slippery, the opposite of what it was supposed to be. So this forever became known as the NBA's biggest failed experiment, as the league resorted back to their old balls and the Spalding Synthetic was banned.
I'm not gonna lie, they just reverted back to their old balls. Did they put it in storage? Did they okay y'all, put all the balls in one basket, we gonna put these away for her now. And they just took them bitches right back out once they realized that those balls suck, even though they were forced to use those balls anyways. Like, do they not test shit before they just... What's up with people? If you have a hypothesis, put it to a couple of tests, and then from the couple of tests, make a correct measurement of what's going on. Don't just be like, okay, y'all, I'm going to force you to do this, even though it's cutting you. It's not the ball, it's just something. Like, you guys needed another rich guy to tell you that, oh, yeah, something's wrong with it. At least he hired someone that's like literally knows what the fuck they're talking about and use science behind it to back it. So that's what's up.
Man, shout out to the NBA for listening. But speaking of what players hold in their hands, if you ever get drafted to the Clippers, do not, I repeat, do not be seen holding an iPhone or an iPad around him. This is Steve Ballmer, and he recently bought the Clippers for a world record $2 billion.
Oh?
The only reason he could afford that price tag is because he used to be the CEO of Microsoft and still owns a higher percentage of the company than Bill Gates. So Steve takes Microsoft products very seriously. Like, he doesn't even let his own family have iPhones. And once he became the Clippers owner, the very first rule he put into place was to switch all the team's technology to Microsoft, and all Apple products were banned. I guess Kawhi Leonard didn't get the memo. Now I see why he's never allowed to play. But I also see why he never joined the Houston Rockets. Because not only did they ban players from doing a certain move, anyone who violates the rule gets clowned by the entire team. In 2017, the Rockets were already one of the best in the West. But since they got eliminated early in the playoffs, Coach Mike D'Antoni wanted to make a change. He realized all their 2-point shots, other than dunks and layups, were just as likely to go in as 3-point shots. So he figured, why don't we just run the same plays all game long, where James Harden brings the ball up to get his own shot, drives to the rim, or passes to an open shooter for 3. Nobody was allowed to take mid-range shots, and it was definitely a strategy that stressed players out, but for any Rockets players who didn't listen, they'd get clowned during film the next day by having their picture on screen with a red X on it. And clearly they didn't want that. So not only did they have players apologizing for taking the wrong shots,
him smiling. He goes, my bad.
The Rockets ended up setting the record for most three-pointers made in a season, and even became the best team in the league. Until the Rockets started losing in the playoffs, and NBA legends didn't feel like this was a good strategy after all.
This is a crazy stat. James Harden has taken 1 mid-range shot in this series. The Houston Rockets have taken 7. Okay? It's okay to shoot mid-range shots.
But even though that man was a Rocket, things changed a lot since he...
I don't know though, you have to look at it like this. If it worked all the way to the playoffs, why didn't it work in the playoffs? Like, the competition has been the same, has it not? So was it just that the team was just off? Were they overwhelmed? But I also do agree, like, at some point they should have took mid-range shots. It just doesn't make any sense why you didn't take at least like 5. I wouldn't say don't take any at all, but I wouldn't excessively take them, especially if the 3-point goes in just as much as mid-range. But I would like substitute so that way you could switch it up, because you can't use the same play all the time. Even if it works, eventually over time people are going to figure out a solution to that, to you doing that same move. So I don't know that one. Okay.
Been there, because all mid-range shots were banned. Now, if only the NBA hadn't banned the shoes that gave players superpowers, then the Rockets would have probably been champions by now. Speaking of shoes, though, there's a ton that the NBA doesn't allow for some pretty weird reasons. Stephen Curry just wanted to celebrate the Chinese New Year with a custom pair of his signature shoes.
See, I don't know how I feel about those, y'all. I just feel like they look fire, but at the same time they don't. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Till the NBA randomly claimed they had to match his team's colorways, and he got kicked out of his kicks. Karl Anthony Towns created some so he could...
No, that's crazy. They said he can't wear his shoes because it doesn't match his jersey. That kind of makes sense, but that doesn't make sense. Nah, they was just hating on him. They was for sure hating on him because he had his own shoe. Not randomly going, oh yeah, you got to start wearing shoes that match your jersey color. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, he has a pair or two, but it's kind of annoying because now you can't wear your whole collection. Like, that also limits his brand advertisement, especially when he's advertising, like, a new pair of shoe or release. Like, now he has to do it outside of the NBA, which doesn't make sense because he's a basketball player and he works. And he has to wear basketball shoes. But, hey, man.
put on for his favorite Netflix show, Stranger Things.
Oh, that's
but once
fire.
he laced them up, the NBA told him his shoes could only include shoe brand logos. There was even the time that Kanye West revealed that he spent years designing over 300 different concepts for a Yeezy basketball shoe. And once pics leaked of his final version, the NBA didn't even let him touch the court a single time before they complained about its reflective heel. But don't even get me started on Cole Anthony, man. My God, I never thought I'd see anybody on a basketball court wearing Timbs.
What?
Not only did the NBA ban them, this dude really broke the rules for the dunk contest just to end up getting clowned everywhere.
You're not a dunker, so if you're gonna dunk, what the hell are you doing putting on Timberlands for?
But not all shoe bands come.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with him on this one. And this is why certain things you shouldn't do, because he ended up getting clowned for it anyways. Like, why would you put on some Timbs to dunk? I don't think I've ever seen anyone in Timbs dunk that. I think about it. Like, I have to search that shit up. Because I don't know anybody that would do that. Like, have you put on Timbs? Do you know how much extra weight that shit adds on? Like, that makes a difference. Especially if you're using the dunking with your own vert and, like, the shoes you do got on. Like, come on now. And when people do dunk, if they don't wear shoes, it's usually Crocs or slides, which are light. Like, come on now.
Come from the NBA itself. Tyler Hero recently revealed one of the Miami Heat's biggest secrets. They apparently now consider themselves rivals with the Milwaukee Bucks, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is their biggest enemy. So cause their squads face each other multiple times per season and keep running into each other during the playoffs, everybody on the team agreed that nobody's allowed to wear any of Giannis's signature shoes. And I don't blame them. Those shoes are ass. I'm glad they got banned. But I'm surprised there isn't more banned things in the NBA.
Dang, why he say that about Giannis's shoes? That's messed up. But that's what I'm talking about. Certain basketball players that have basketball shoes do not look good. I'm sorry. Like, if you're buying a basketball player's shoes, at this point you're buying it for their name and their clout because I guess you feel something. Like, some of their shoes, bro, are just not good. But that YouTuber, the one that just said that, that's just crazy. Their ass is crazy.
Because you wouldn't believe the things that players are hiding from the public. Like, one player does things that are illegal. Another player almost never even existed. These are 20 things you...
Alright, but I want to say, y'all, if you are messing with the content, don't forget to follow. It means a lot, goes a long way. And if you have followed, thank you so much. But don't forget to follow. Turn on all post notifications so you know when I live stream. Also, when I drop a YouTube video. Drop YouTube videos daily, shorts daily, and live stream every other day, except for probably the weekends. You feel me?